A brand new Super Mario Bros. Wonder Direct coming tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff that we have to talk about in order to prepare for this thing. Now it's going to be 15 minutes in length, which is not as long as normal Nintendo Directs, but it's still very, very long. And we have to talk about what we should see, what we think we're going to see, and any surprises in between that we could get for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. What do we need to see from this Direct, and what do they really need to show off? Well, let's talk about it. Before we get started, stop what you're doing, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. We're on the road to 250,000 subscribers and we are so very close. So it'll only take a second. If you're excited about this Nintendo Direct, stop what you're doing, just show some support. But let's jump into this thing. The first thing we can talk about is the world and the story. Nintendo is probably going to give us a quick synopsis of the story, kind of describing what's going on with this area. Is this a new kingdom? We've seen that it is outside of the Mushroom Kingdom, and I believe we have seen already that it is the Flower Kingdom, so maybe Nintendo will explain this area a lot more, explain why we're here, explain who this little caterpillar character is as well, which we already have our theories, but yeah, just kind of giving us some quick details. It is a 2D Mario game at its core, and it's a Mario game at its core, which means it's not going to have a big, huge story, or really probably any type of interesting story at all. So they're probably just going to touch on it real quick. They're in a new kingdom, probably you can expect. It's still going to be Bowser. It's still going to be Bowser Jr. We've already seen a glimpse of Bowser Jr. There could be some new antagonist that's like, controlling Bowser or something like that. But I doubt it. It's probably going to be very, very basic, and they'll only spend like 30 seconds talking about the story probably. Next up, we have the characters. I still think there's going to be a surprise character in this that they're just not showing off. Maybe some type of unlockable character or something like that. I mean, we have Mario, Peach, Toad, Daisy, Yoshi, different colored Yoshis. It's a lot of characters, and I still think there might even be more. Seriously, I could see this game just going all out and just adding any playable character they can think of. That includes like Rosalina, maybe even Pauline gets to jump in this game, maybe even Wario and Waluigi. That would be freaking insane. Just seeing Waluigi in a 2D adventure game would be crazy. It would break the internet. But as much as I want Wario and Waluigi, it's probably not going to happen. I still see Pauline. I don't know why, but she's going to get thrown in there for some reason, and it just kind of makes sense based on just how relevant the character has been. It probably is going to coincide with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Wave 6 booster pass, because there's been a big rumor that she was coming to the roster, so it would make a lot of sense. But I still think there are going to be some surprise characters, and maybe this Direct at least shows us one of these new characters. The craziest part of Mario Wonder is the Wonder part. Yeah, that Wonder Flower actually can transform the foreground, the background, the enemies, the characters on screen, even Mario himself, transforming him into different things. Like we saw a giant spiked ball, and even making him really tall and skinny and then really short and plumpy. So maybe there's some really cool wonder effects in certain levels that they show off. I'm sure they're going to show off some crazy ones. I mean, we literally saw a pipe come to life and crawl on the ground. There's probably going to be some very interesting ones during this Direct that showcases what these things can actually do, just how crazy the Wonder Flower can get. And I'm really interested in seeing some crazy ones. Just some absolutely bizarre ones that transform Mario, and I hope they also incorporate them not just within the actual level gameplay, but also maybe even boss battles, maybe having some really cool wonder effects, which absolutely leads us into that in a second. But yeah, the Wonder Flower is the most important part of this game in my opinion. It's the thing that actually changes how this game works from the past ones, allowing Mario and friends to transform without even needing a power-up, and allowing some crazy things to happen with the world. It's going to be an amazing thing to see. Of course, we were just talking about wonder events affecting boss battles, but I really want to see the boss battles. That's one thing they've hidden pretty well. Even through that gigantic long first trailer, they didn't really show us any boss battles whatsoever, which was a little weird. They showed us a glimpse of what looked like to be maybe a mini boss battle against Bowser Jr. as they were kind of changing sizes due to a Wonder Flower effect, but I would love to see just a giant onslaught of new giant enemies or bosses that we get to take on in this game. If they're hiding them, all the way up for this Nintendo Direct, there must be some interesting boss battles coming, and that makes me excited. Now, the official website did talk about how boss battles were going to be against giant fire-breathing enemies that were going to, destroy the stage and, mess with the scenery. So I'm very curious to see what the heck that actually means. Is that actually implying that we're going to get some crazy boss battles like we did with New Super Mario Bros. DS? Or are we going to get more basic ones like we got with the rest of the New Super Mario Bros. Series, where it's just Koopaling battle after Koopaling battle after Koopaling battle? I really hope the Koopalings aren't returning. I know a lot of people want them to. Me, unfortunately, I just want original boss battles. I really hope it's not them again, but if it is, I know some people will still be happy. I'm looking for something a little bit more unique, something new, something creative along those lines as those original bosses we got back in the original New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. But like I said during the Wonder Flower segment, it really looks like, at least with the Bowser Jr. fight, there are wonder effects going on, so I'm really hoping to see more boss fights that actually utilize wonder effects. This is their chance to actually come up with unique ways to take out bosses by transforming Mario or maybe the enemy or maybe the stage in certain ways to allow you to take on bosses besides just jumping on their heads 3 times. That is going to be amazing. I'm really hoping they capitalize here. This for me is probably one of the biggest things because I am boss battle crazy when it comes to Nintendo games, so I'm really hoping that they do a lot better job this time around. Now, on the subject of bosses, I think we should definitely get a good look at Bowser this time around. Odds are he's going to have a different design, as we can already see his castle looks very funky with new purple and green neon colors. We also saw a giant floating Bowser head air fortress, and we've also seen Bowser Jr., so odds are we're probably going to get Bowser revealed, which is going to be pretty cool. I hope he has a wacky, crazy new design that's just kind of out there. They're probably not going to show us battling him at all, or probably anything to do with any type of boss battle against him, but I would love to just see kind of his appearance. Maybe we can get some official artwork revealed of him and what he looks like in this game. Something that kind of gives us some hype with Bowser. Not a big segment here, but it's probably something that's going to happen. Let's just see what Bowser looks like in Mario Bros. Wonder. One thing we've been speculating on a lot recently is the transformational power-ups, and it seems like the website really emphasizes the transformation aspect of this game, and we started, to speculate, is Mario the only one that can turn into an elephant? Are there going to be other characters that can turn into other things? And we started talking about like Luigi as a bird and Peach as a hippo and Daisy as a rhino, and it just kept on going on and on. So we'll finally get to figure this out tomorrow. Is everybody going to be able to turn into an elephant? Are there going to be more power-ups? Are there going to be character-specific power-ups in order to replay levels, which would be really cool and make replayability the best it's ever been? But yes, we need to see more power-ups and maybe just returning ones as well, because all we really seen was the Super Mushroom and I think the Fire Flower. That's it. I think some of the rumors are there's going to be some other returning ones like the Mini Mushroom and also the Tanuki suit, or at least the Tanuki leaf, which is really cool. So maybe they also have some type of new changes to them. It also looks like the Fire Flower was changed a little bit. It looks like Mario was throwing it a lot faster than normal and also with both hands, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. But yeah, maybe some old power-ups getting some new abilities to them as well, and then just maybe some new transformations like Elephant Mario that we've seen so far, and maybe showing us what else Elephant Mario can do. Maybe he uses water to shoot out, and maybe he uses it in different ways than just knocking enemies out the way. I would love to see some replayability, reasons to go back and play through the levels, maybe showing us maybe more things that we can collect. I know there's Wonder Seeds, but I'm hoping that there's more to it. I think there's also certain coins that you can collect, like certain tin coins. There's like these giant purple tin coins that if you collect 3 of them in a level, I think you collect them all. So maybe that on top of the Wonder Seeds is enough, but maybe even more reason to go back and play through levels. Remember Mario 3D World added the most ridiculous thing ever, which was completing each level with every character and also getting the top of the flagpole with every character, collecting the stamp from every level, and also like the 3 green stars. So there was so much to do in every single level. It really made you go back and replay them. Sometimes it was a little ridiculous playing through every level with every character and getting the top of the flagpole for every level, but that level of ridiculousness is perfect for a Mario game, something that you can beat very quickly, especially a 2D one. So maybe they'll show us some type of like in-game thing that knows which levels we played as with which characters, and maybe we actually have to go through each level with every single character. That would be pretty cool. I heard Super Mario Bros. Wonder was apparently a very difficult game according to playtesters, so let's see exactly how hard this game can get. I doubt they'll really show us in the trailer or even the direct. It's kind of hard to show difficulty really. Maybe they'll talk about some type of extra difficult mode you can turn it on, or maybe some super difficult mode for, veteran players or something like that. That way for us players that have been playing all these 2D new Super Mario Bros. Games, we can just jump into very difficulty right away. That would be pretty cool. Next up, we have multiplayer or even co-op online play, or just online play in general. Let's talk about this. I'm sure there's going to be some type of online play. I think some people have even mentioned that it is already going to be a thing, or at least hinted at it. So yes, show us how the online play works, show us how co-op works, and maybe just show more multiplayer stuff. Maybe there's even more games that we can play with, multiplayers. I'm sure there's other modes in this game besides the main campaign or the main actual story. Maybe there's more like a battle mode that you can go against your friends. Remember New Super Mario Bros. DS had that battle mode you could play? Something like that would be really cool. You got guys get to go up against each other, or maybe set up Wonder Flower rules where you could have these weird events happening with each other as you battle each other. That would be pretty cool. Maybe who completes the level the fastest, maybe one that's like who beats the enemy or the boss the quickest, or you know, who survives the longest or something like that, where you can make your own games and stuff, would be really cool. I'm gonna say this last thing is probably gonna be kind of controversial for some people, I don't know, but I want to hear some really good music, like some banger soundtracks from this game. The soundtrack already sounds good from what I've heard, but I want to hear some really good tunes because the new Super Mario Brothers series gets very repetitive. It's not the greatest music. Like, you've got some tracks, and I feel like you hear them over and over and over again through all the new Super Mario Brothers games. The athletic theme, you guys know what I'm talking about. It just repeats over and over again, and it's just like the same tune tweaked a little differently. So hopefully each area has a unique theme to it. Each boss battle has a different theme to it, something that we can actually look back at and say, man, that soundtrack was amazing. Hopefully that's the case. But for the most part, that's really all I can think of. That is just kind of the major points I think Nintendo might hit on tomorrow, and that's going to be pretty massive because there's just so much we still need to know about this game, and 15 minutes is more than enough for a 2D Mario game Nintendo Direct. So let me know in the comments down below, what are you excited to learn more about? What do you want to see them talk about, and what reveals do you want for Super Mario Bros. Wonder? What new characters, item transformations, or Wonder Flower events would you like to see? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you guys head out, remember to make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Wonder and Mario in general. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.